Marvellous Nights, this is Outlaw Pete with another unboxing for MCE. This one has been a bit of a nightmare from start to finish so far, so I'm praying that when we do take it out of the box it's going to be in one piece, or the right amount of pieces at least. So this is Sentinel number 3, one of my most anticipated arrivals for this year. I'm glad it's in before the end of the year. And in fact, box 1 arrived 9 days ago. And I'm figuring, great, it's in before everybody else. We'll get the review out quick. Lots of views on YouTube. But sadly, box 2 didn't arrive. Didn't arrive on the Monday either. So I rang up DHL and they'd lost the second box, which is actually box 1 of 2. So I had to give them photos of the box I'd received. They had to search for it, and apparently they found it in a warehouse in Germany for some reason. I was then told it was going to arrive on Friday, last Friday. Guess what? Didn't arrive. So I then rang them up and they said, oh, we'll get it out tomorrow to you. And it didn't arrive. And it has arrived today, and the box has been pretty beat up. It's been opened by DHL and resealed again, so fingers crossed it's all okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the boxes. I've lost a massive space in my living room all week with one massive box there waiting to be unboxed, and then we'll get on with the unboxing, get it all together. But I'm also going to show you the space that I've made for it and what my plans are, assuming it does fit in. So I've been nervously awaiting the arrival of this box all week. Let's just hope everything fits. Here you can see the space I've cleared for it. Hopefully it will fit in there. And then the plan is that I'm going to build shelves behind it in the space that's available for the other figures to go in. I've already bought some cardboard which I'm going to use as a template, and then I'm going to send them off for perspex shelves to be made to size for me to then fit behind these units. So there is box 2, which arrived 9 days ago, and that's where it's been all week, taking up space in my living room. Not very dinked up, in quite good condition. And then this is what has arrived today. Big tears in the side of it. Looks like it's been kicked around, so let's hope it's okay. Fingers crossed. Say a prayer to the statue gods for me. Okay, so here we are, Sentinel number 3. So it came with an instruction book, which is most appreciated and was definitely needed. Let's start down the bottom and have a look. Much nicer base this time than the other two because of the ice. The ice looks great. The tiles look okay in keeping with a lot of the proximity pieces that are outside, and that ties in quite nicely with them. No idea what this is. I've heard people say, is it like a radar signal? I mean, it looks more like a bird bath to me, and the same with this thing. I've no idea what either of those are supposed to be. Love someone to tell me. And there's a whopping great seam line down there for this one. But again, like with all of these, the base isn't perfect. Not the best concrete I've seen. But it's not the individual pieces that I'm interested in. It's the whole thing as a big diorama and a big display. And when we get over to the ice looks fantastic. There's Iceman. Looks awesome. Going up in his ice slide. A massive chunk of ice where he's frozen the Sentinel's leg in place so the Sentinel can't move. And that looks awesome. So the Sentinel is very much like the other ones. Very happy with the Sentinels, always have been. For me, you know, you could say, well, that could be more detailed in there, but for me, it's, you know, these have been taken from a cartoon. You know, they've deliberately been taken from a 90s cartoon, so I don't think it needs to be as detailed as perhaps people might think it does. Great little figures this time. Beautiful portrait on Kitty Pryde. Lovely, very, very nice. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted. And the way that it keys in is lovely. There's like it angles in so that you can't see any seam, and it does look like she's coming out of the Sentinel's leg. So yeah, it looks awesome, very nice. And again, you know, detailed ponytail. It all came in one piece, so or without any breakages. So thank you to the statue gods for that. We're coming around, same hands as before. I mean, these, you know, we've seen the Sentinel before. It's just we haven't seen him in this pose with these characters with him. Star of the show is Psylocke. Very difficult to actually put in. That took me that was the hardest bit. 3 little bits have to key in at the same time. So there's a peg on this foot. There's like a key on this one, and then you have to get the blade in there as well. But again, awesome pose for her. She looks amazing coming down the side of the Sentinel like that. Looks really cool. And the explosion, I don't think she's causing. I think that's Storm that's causing the explosion that's coming out. So it looks like a type of lightning bolt going down through his shoulder and down the bottom here. Love the pose of this one. I think this is probably my favourite of the 3. And some of the strongest little characters to go with it as well. There is Storm, looking amazing. I had 4 tries to get her in the right way because it's a square peg and it can go in 4 different ways, and it wasn't until I got to the last one that I actually got it right. But again, she's lovely, great sculpt. Yeah, awesome. We'll have a look at Mr. Sentinel's face. Again, it's a 90s cartoon that this has been taken from. You know, for me that looks just like the 90s cartoon. And over here we've got Archangel. I think I would have preferred his sort of masked portrait, you know, that. But I'm not going to complain about that. He looks awesome. Again, amazing sculpt, a nice twist to the body. He's sort of chunkier than some of the other ones. And we have his wings at the back. Yeah, very happy. I just hope it's going to fit in the space now. So what do you think, guys? No skit this time, I'm afraid, but it's taken so long to get here and it's been so protracted. I just needed to get it unboxed.